I'm Nathan with Blue Oak, and today I'm going to give a quick class on how to install a friction saver over a branch from the ground. The first thing I want to say about this friction saver is it's pretty much a ring in ring, except mine, instead of having a large ring and a small ring, I have a carabiner with an opening larger than the small ring. So that's what I'm going to be using today. All right, you're going to need throw line. Here. There we go. Okay. All right, tie on your throw weight. Yeah. Okay. Now, it's very important that you isolate the branch. So let me explain what I mean by isolate. Right now the branch is isolated, but if I oscillate this throw ball a little bit and I get it, oh, it's kind of going the wrong way on me. Right there, like so. Okay. It is no longer isolated because I have the throw line going over two branches. I'm going over the backside of the larger branch down below. So when I go to install my friction saver, it's not going to work. You have to be isolated. Now, if you're doing DDRT, odds are that's why you're using a friction saver in the first place. You want to be isolated anyway. So that's the first thing, is get your throw line isolated around one branch. There we go. I'm isolated around just that one branch. There are many different ways to isolate. I'm not going to go into that right now. This is just installing a friction saver. All right, now once I've isolated and I'm over a suitable branch, the next step is to take my throw line off my throw ball and I'm going to thread it through the ring. Then I'm going to reattach to the throw ball. Now this is important that you check and make sure that the ring of the throw ball cannot get through the smaller ring. If it does, then it could get stuck and it could be really bad. You can clip a carabiner, a locking carabiner, into here if you need to create a little bit more of an obstruction to keep it from going through your ring. All right, pull it up a little bit and we're going to take our carabiner side and clip it here. Now, if you have a larger ring on this side instead of a carabiner, you can thread your throw line through here. Or you can start before you throw, you can thread your throw line through here first, and it would set up the same way. But because I have a carabiner, I'm able to just open it and put it right there. All right, now with this configuration, it will load properly. Throw ball goes through the smaller ring, okay? Smaller side. That's important later for the retrieval. All right, and then the larger opening goes through the line after I start pulling up. Okay, now as I pull up, I'm going to approach the branch and I need to whip it over pretty firmly, but not so firmly that you make the thing wrap around itself 50 times. Just nice and like that. Okay, just nice little firm tug, but not so hard that you end up whipping it in circles. All right, and then just make sure as you look at it, there shouldn't be any twists in your throw line, and it went through nicely. All right, so you want that friction saver to be basket hitched over the branch, okay? And now we're gonna take our rope and we're ready to line it into the tree. Now my rope has a zigzag on it, so I'm gonna pull a bunch of slack out before I start pulling. Enough for my rope to go up and then through and then back down. Okay. My rope also has an eye on it, which makes it a lot easier to do this. I'm going to use an anchor hitch. My throw line is a little bit frayed. It's starting to die. If you don't have an eye on your line, then you can do a pile hitch followed by a series of half hitches to streamline it. And you want to put a couple half hitches right at the tip of your rope so that it can go through the ring. Otherwise, it will get stuck and not go through the ring. All right, but anyways, mine has an eye, so just need an anchor hitch. I'm gonna now pull on up, and right here, another firm tug, and I'm through. I come down to my zigzag. I take my anchor hitch off my eye, and I'm ready to climb DDRT on a friction saver, okay? Friction savers are really important for DDRT. They make the efficiency of pulling up so much better on the climber. They also protect the branch of the tree, and if you're doing spikeless climbing, like pruning, for pruning objectives, you're not supposed to use spikes because it harms the tree. You also probably don't want to have your rope running over the crotch and rubbing into the cambium and killing the cambium on the branch crotches. It's just another ethical concern when climbing and pruning trees, when we're not doing removals. All right, so now when it's time to retrieve, this is why it's really important to set it up the way I showed you, going through that smaller ring with the throw ball side. And that's because these ring and rings are designed to have retrieval from the ground by simply tying a knot in your rope, or using a retrieval ball in some cases. But you're gonna make a knot, and the knot is gonna go through the larger opening, which in my case is the carabiner, and then it's gonna catch the smaller opening, which is the ring. And if you had set it up backwards, then the knot will catch the ring and won't go through the larger opening either. So we're gonna now retrieve by having a knot. And we go through that carabiner, and it catches the ring, and it comes down that easy. Now, these can get stuck pretty easily, so you have to plan how, what your crotch is when you're setting this up, like really high up and things like that. There's a lot of frustrations that can happen with these anchors and with retrieving them.
One such frustration I want to mention right now to avoid: don't select a branch that is wider than your friction saver can handle. So with this photo, I have a branch that's too wide for the friction saver. You would need a longer one if you wanted to use a branch this wide, and it will cause tremendous problems if you try to select too wide of a branch, because the rope will rub really badly on the branch. But more than that, when you go to retrieve, the knot will get stuck in the larger opening and jam up against the branch itself. You won't be able to retrieve your anchor. So don't select too large of a branch.
But with practice, you learn how to get pretty successful with these things, with the installation and the retrieval. So practice on something low and easy to see, and then as you start to get better at it, go higher and higher and higher, and before long you'll be installing these anchors like a pro, really high up, and it makes your life easier.